God, the great God that keepeth covenants and mercies for them that love him and observe his commandments. And then to his son, right, who is our prince, our savior, our apostle, our high priest, the true shepherd, the master teacher, whom the Most High used to reconcile us back to himself. So we thank God for his son, right? And then everybody that's with us, the elder, mother, brother, sister, children, um, those watching online through YouTube. All right. As the scripture says, all the partakers of the heavenly calling, we thank God for each and every one of you. And we're going to do our next chapter in our chapter reading. Okay. And that will be in Ecclesiasticus, also known as Sirach. All right. Ecclesiasticus, or also known as Sirach. All right. It's an apocrypha. And we'll be at chapter 4. Ecclesiasticus or Sirach. I'm going to chapter 4. Um, like always, if you have something with any of the verses, in a precept or anything, unmute, put in the chat, and we can share it. All right. It's a Bible class for all of us to learn. All right. So if you have something, don't be shy, bring it out. All right. So Ecclesiasticus chapter 4, and we're going to read verse 1. I'll start at verse 1. We're going to read verse 1 and 2. All right. We're going to read verse 1 and 2.
My son, defraud not the poor of his living, and make not the needy eyes to wait long. Make not an hungry soul sorrowful, neither provoke a man in his distress.
And I meant to say before we started, this is a good book. Just from reading and reading a little bit ahead, just everyday life skills and lessons and things of that nature. This has a lot of good things like that. So this is for all those that can and everything. Make sure y'all are catching these Wednesdays to catch a lot of these things. Okay. However, my son, defraud not the poor of his living, okay, and make not needy eyes to wait long. So when somebody's in need, right? Why specifying the poor? Because the poor has much more need of something than maybe the rich. Maybe the rich sometimes like, oh well, if you don't pay me today, I got money to take care of me and things of that nature. But somebody that don't have as much, right? When they do some work, it's like, listen, I need that money, right? I can't wait, 4 or 5 weeks late. No, I need it, right? So part of our law, part of our custom is we make sure that we pay them. Okay, we pay everybody. All right, but you cannot defraud them from their wages. Okay. If they have a job that they were going to do and you signed off, you'll give them this for his wages. Make sure you have the money to pay for them. Okay. You want the job done right away. They did it. You should pay for it. Okay. Now, of course, y'all have contracts and stuff like that y'all agree upon. That's all fair. Okay. And make not the needy eyes to wait long. All right. Make sure they're not desiring the thing that they were due, right? Their wages. Make not a hungry soul sorrowful, neither provoke a man in distress. And I love that aspect. Don't provoke a man in his distress. All right, beloved, because some of us are going to go through certain seasons where we're going through things. Okay, whether it's things with family, whether it's things with the job, whether it's things with the children, all these kind of things, there's going to be certain distresses come upon us. This is not the time, that is not the opportunity to kick somebody while they're down. All right, this is not the time to agitate them. Not the time to tell them, well, see, you thought you was all holy and everything, but see, that's not the time, beloved. Okay? So you don't want to be in that provoking aspect. We shouldn't be provoking anybody. Even when you are in that authority, it does not give you the license to provoke. Okay? Well, I say that parent, it tells what parents don't provoke your children wrath. Yes, you are that authority over them. But with that power, there's a responsibility. This is what people fail to realize. People want to be leadership. So, oh, I want this power. They're looking at this aspect of what they believe leadership is. Oh, we get to tell people what to do. People got to submit to. You're looking at it in one light, which is definitely a polluted light. You're looking at it with, right? But there's a great responsibility that comes with it. All right. A lot of people can't handle certain authority and power. That's why everybody not called to have it. All right. So don't provoke a man. Also, don't defraud the poor. Okay. I wanted to get a verse before we moved off on it. Let's go to Deuteronomy 24. There's a couple of them in the scriptures, like I said. I didn't just want to be keep being redundant just to be redundant. All right. It's kind of straightforward how you should be. But I just wanted to give an example. Okay. So Deuteronomy 24, and I want to go to verse 14. Yeah, we're gonna read 14 and 15. Deuteronomy 24, verse 14 and 15.
Thou shalt not oppress an hired servant that is poor and needy, whether he be of thy brethren or of thy strangers that is in thy land within thy gates.
All right, so you can't oppress a hired servant. Okay, that's poor and needy. So you can't be taking advantage of people or, I'm taking advantage of their circumstances because they're poor and needy. And this is what people do, right? You know they need that, right? So I'm gonna go, wait, what you gonna do? Right? You can't, some people say you can't sue me. If you begging me for this, you ain't gonna have enough money to sue. Like that's unjust, that's unrighteous. All right. Should never get to those kind of things with us. All right. So a hired servant poor needy, whether he be a what? Brethren or a stranger. Okay, because some people have that understanding that, oh, well, I treat my brothers this way, right? But then the stranger to everybody else, the other nations now, I can defraud them. No, that's not what our law teaches. That would be ridiculous, to be honest. Okay. So, no, it don't matter whether poor brethren or a poor stranger, right? You should not be oppressing them. All right. We are different than the world, beloved. I want you to understand. It's easy, the things that's easy to do to the flesh, a lot of times it probably have some things that's tainted in it. Okay. It's easy to fraud people that ain't my people, that's strange, so I can deal with them. This is what Most High is trying to break us out of. Okay. If you're only righteous to those that are good to you, then are you truly righteous? If you're only merciful to those that are merciful to you, are you truly merciful? No, you got selective. If I only love those that love me, I don't have love. I just what? I just show that affection or love toward those people. That's not love. It's supposed it don't go up and down, right? Judgment got to be just. It got to be righteous. It got to be fair. Okay? If it's not that way all the time, right? Then it's a problem. And Israel did have this kind of problem. This is why he has a lot of laws dealing with it. Okay. Yes, you're supposed to love the household of faith, right? Those are you're supposed to have a special love for them. That doesn't mean that they get away with, crimes that you're gonna destroy the other people with. No. Okay. But you'll give them favor in that sense. All right, because they're trying to go the same way you're going. All right. All right, Brother Kai, sorry about that. Verse 15.
At his day thou shalt give him his hire, neither shall the sun go down upon it, for he is poor and setteth his heart upon it, lest he cry against thee unto Yahweh, and it be sent unto thee.
All right. So think about that if we had that, beloved. Like I said, we're in, I don't say captivity, but it's a captivity for us. All right. We're in this place now where it's kind of a lot of our jobs is like, every 2 weeks and things of that nature. And if we have the contract for that, that's how we do it, then we respect that, right? However, how we will do certain things like with us, we will kind of give them the wages, right? You work that day, we'll give you the wages for that day. You come tomorrow, you give the wages, right? Because it's on the thing of some people have need of something, right? I did this work. I have needed something. Maybe I need to buy for whatever. I should get the payment, after the day's labor. And this is what this putting. Before the sun go down the draft, you give them that payment. Okay. Even Christ kind of showed, well, he kind of showed, he explained it a little bit in the parable, right? Everybody getting the penny. He said somebody came early and then somebody coming basically at the 11, 12 hour at evening. And what? They all get paid. He's showing that payment comes there, right? So it's about the aspect of getting people their money after they do the work. Okay. So the son go upon it, for he is poor, all right, and set his heart upon it. This person needs that money. Some people don't have the funds to wait till a week or two away. They need that money. This is why it's saying the poor because some of us have allocated our finances where we can wait till payday. But sometimes you be like, dang, I wish I got paid for what I did today, so I can do what I got to do with it, right? So that will be the understanding of how it will go. All right. For he is poor and set up his heart upon it. He needs that money. And what are you going to do? Lest he cry against thee unto Yahweh, and it be a sin unto thee. So now he has to cry to God because he have need. It ain't like he just being a bum and I don't want to work because I don't want to work. This person worked. He did the labor. You just didn't give him the funds for it, right? So this is one of the examples, okay? So we'll go back. And once again, as Brother Michael saying, for any job, you have to pay him right then and there. I'm not saying if it's contract, if you have a contract with them that explains how you're gonna do the payment, then that's what y'all agree with. All right. If y'all agree to something, y'all agree with it. Primarily, this is how you will set it up. Okay. They do a job, you try to give them the payment for what they did. Right? They come the next, that's how you try to do it. It's probably more convenient for some of us just to wait till everything's done and things of that nature. I get it. Okay. All right, let's go back to Ecclesiasticus chapter 4. No, Israel is Israel. Brother Mike said you got to pay me. Nah, I said, yeah, whatever y'all agreed to. Okay. All right. Verse 3.
Add not more trouble to an heart that is vexed, and defer not to give to him that is in need. Reject not the supplication of the afflicted, neither turn away thy face from a poor man.
And this is something that I definitely had to keep in my mind. I love this one. Add not more trouble to a heart that is vexed, right? Because sometimes that flesh, right? Definitely if it's somebody you don't, that's why it's saying you gotta love your enemies, because sometimes love your enemies is just having mercy on them, right? When you see somebody going through trouble, and you definitely, if you don't like them, you got, they y'all ain't cool. It's easy to now try to add more trouble to them, right? This one I gotta be told. Sometimes it's people right in the congregation that you don't deal with, which shouldn't be. But some people will add more trouble to the heart. That's vexed. Okay, we don't want to be in that mix, beloved. Like I said, the Most High is in it. You want to be part of the wrath that comes. All right, you're gonna get hit with it, and defer not to give to him that is in need. All right, if somebody's in need, I want in need. If we have it, we should give them and help them. Okay. The key point I'm going to say, because we have to use wisdom, if you have it, if you can afford to give it to them. Okay. So my stance on it, okay, certain things, and I got this from my grandfather, he used to counsel people with as well. He would say, don't give, basically give to where if you don't get it back, you're not going to lose your soul, or you're not going to do something, that's going to get you in trouble with the Most High. Okay. Give what you kind of comfortable with if you lost it. Okay. And I'm not saying particularly about, but that because some of us might have $500, but you had that $500. I need that 500, right? But somebody was in need and you gave them the 500, but now they didn't give it back to you in the time you think. And now what? You hounding them now. If y'all see each other and everything, you looking at them. I can't believe they over there buying some food for their family, knowing they owe me $500, right? See how your mind start looking at it and warping at them, and it gets you in trouble, right? So if you don't have that amount to give without it kind of it's gonna make you feel like, don't give them that. All right. If $50, I can give you maybe $50. Okay. So give what you are willing to lose in a certain aspect, I will say. Okay. Now I'm going to get on the other side. Don't ask for something saying you're going to repay it, definitely a certain amount of time, and then defer not to repay it as well. All right. We don't want to take advantage. You don't take advantage of your brothers and sisters as well. Okay. Because that can hurt your reputation. I gave you this and you never gave back. Don't give those senses like, well, I'm probably not going to give you more money. You know what I mean? So we want to make sure that we being just on both sides. Okay. So to stop certain confusion that happens, people that want to give, you want to give and help your brother, give what you are willing to lose, all right, and still see them as your brother and sister. Okay. Hope everybody got that. Hope I'm not losing nobody. All right. But do those things. Okay. So, all right. If you're in need and their need, You can't give something to somebody, you can't give it to them. You don't have to feel guilty if you can't afford it. Okay. You're living paycheck to paycheck, they live, you probably can't afford it. Okay. So don't feel like you're in violation of law. No. Okay. For those that haven't, you're right. That somebody's hungry, one of our brothers and sisters hungry, we got an extra couple of dollars, right? We should give it to, yeah, go ahead. Russell, go do that. You know, that's what we should be doing. And some giving, right, shouldn't be looked at as I need to get something back from you. And we definitely don't add, we're not loan sharks and things of that nature. You don't add to that. Okay. You gave if y'all agreeing to borrow something, right? Let me borrow $100. I'll give you $100 when I get paid, blah, blah. You don't add, well, I'll give you $100, but I want $110. No, we don't do that. All right. You cannot add usually with your brothers and sisters. Okay. Just want to make sure we know some of these things because these questions do come up. Okay. All right. So defer not to give him that is in need. Reject not the supplication of the afflicted. Okay. Neither turn away thy face from a poor man. Right. So people get afflicted, people gonna do things. You don't want to reject them. All right. You don't want to reject their cause. Sometimes even, sometimes it's hearing the conversation, things of that nature. All right. And you cannot turn your face away from a poor man. Don't just reject them. Okay. All right. Let's go to Psalms 82 and verse 3 real quick. Psalms 82 and verse 3. Let's just for further. Maybe we can do it now. So 82, let's read
Uh,
two. Let's do 2 and 3. Yeah, 2 and 3.
how long will ye judge unjustly and accept the persons of the wicked? Defend the poor and fatherless, do justice to the afflicted and needy.
So how long are we gonna do unjust? How and accept the persons of the wicked. All right. That's unbalanced. That's not how we're supposed to be. But he tells us to what? Defend the poor and the fatherless. All right. Do justice to the afflicted and the needy. Okay. So this is why it's supposed to be so different when they supposed to experience Israel because our laws are there to protect and help those less fortunate. Okay. We are not supposed to look down on the needy. We're not supposed to, talk about them. We ain't supposed to do, right? We're supposed to be looking at how we can help them. Okay. So we are supposed to defend them because a lot of times, beloved, when you go into wicked nations, wicked worlds, they're not there to defend the poor, to help the fatherless, right? A lot of times the greedy saying, listen, if you can't help me, I really don't have nothing to do with you, right? But that ain't supposed to be our mindset. We supposed to, those that have more in abundance, we supposed to look at as the most high bless me, that I'll be able to bless some of my brothers and sisters that are in need. Okay. And so hopefully the point that they will get that relationship with God and God will start to build them up, right? And they can what? Do the same. Okay. So we always had a point to help the poor and needy. Because I know there's some pastors out there that be saying some crazy stuff about, basically, maybe ain't no blessing in helping the needy and the poor and everything. That ain't even the mindset you should be having if I'm getting something
No,
in return. But you'll have people, like I said, they'll say all kind of things, but the Bible will tell you if you read it over and over, we are supposed to be worried about the Most High makes a point of that. Okay. All right. Back to Ecclesiasticus chapter 4. All right. You read 4, need to turn away, poor man. All right, let's keep going. 5 and 6.
turn not away thine eye from the needy, and give him none occasion to curse thee. For if he curse thee in the bitterness of his soul, his prayer shall be heard of him that made him.
All right, hope y'all hear that. So once again, don't turn away, curses, right? For if he cursed thee in the bitterness of his soul, right? Because he needs that money. He needed that. Okay. His prayer shall be heard of him that made him. And we know who that is. Okay. So this is referring to all of them that we some people that people that we put down in society. It refers to all of them. Okay. Whether the fatherless, whether the widows, right? Strangers, right? Because those are the ones that's usually unprotected. All right. The ones that's unprotected or lowly, you'll what? People take advantage of them. Okay. But the Most High and His laws and statutes tell you, no, you need to protect them. We have an obligation to protect them, to help them. Okay. So He said, when they cry out to me, I want to hear them. We don't have an option, beloved. Okay. I want you to understand these things is not optional. Okay. We have to, we have to, right? Be a father to the fatherless, right? To be a protector of those that without husband, okay? And even some of our brothers that don't have, the parents, whatever. These, if you look at society, look at a lot of things. These are the people that be getting, a lot of times being oppressed. Even in the churches, they be oppressed in the churches, right? Because people be having little cliques in the churches and stuff like that. And some of the ones that don't have that power, prestige, whatever that they'll get sometimes taken advantage of, right? But we got to see everybody like they're what? Like the elder men as our fathers and things of that nature, women as our mothers, right? The people are our sisters and our brothers. All right. If we see everybody like that, think about our treatment. We don't care if sometimes our brother or sister don't make as much. We still gonna what? Love them because they're what? Our brothers and sisters. That's how we supposed to look at this thing, beloved. Okay. Now, I'll show you one. It's not directly with this. There's a lot of them that you can get examples directly with this. But I'll show you. I'm talking about cursing them as well. I think it's 15. So even with the ladies, they get sometimes they're like, oh, women don't have no power. Nah, y'all cry out to the Most High. Us men is not doing the right things, not protecting y'all, not in my. We will get in trouble. Okay. So don't get it twisted. Just because we have our capacity of things that the Most High assigned us to does not mean that the Most High loves one over the other. All right. If anything, y'all have y'all have a lot of favor with the Most High. Okay. All right. This is Deuteronomy 15, Brother Kai. All right. This is dealing with particularly with the context we'll be dealing with the year of release or whatever, but we'll just go to it for this point. All right. So this is where a lot of people will get released from their servitude. It's like Jubilee, they're releasing the year Jubilee and things of that nature. But let's go to 15 and verse 9. All right. Deuteronomy 15 and verse 9.
Beware that there be not a thought in thy wicked heart, saying, the seventh year, the year of release, is at hand, and thine eye be evil against thy poor brother, and thou givest him naught, and he cried unto Yahweh against thee, and it be sin unto thee.
So this is very important, right? The year of release, they let them go, and you're supposed to not let them go out with anything. But he's saying, thy eye be evil against thy poor brother. And because you look at him a certain way, and you look at him evil way, right? You don't want to give him anything. All right. It's not loving your brother. Now what? Now when he cries to the Most High because you didn't do what you were supposed to do, it says what? And it be sin unto thee. All right. So yes, this can be a sin unto you because you were supposed to what? Give to him. Definitely in this time, was supposed to give to him. And you refused to, and now he's crying to the Most High. Now the Most High is what? Basically saying he's going to answer. Verse 10.
Thou shalt surely give him, and thine eye shall not be grieved when thou givest unto him, because that for this thing Yahweh thy God shall bless thee in all thy works, and in all thou puttest thine hand unto.
So we should, when he's giving, you shouldn't be, is how we give it to. You don't like somebody that's giving grudgingly. All right. We should be happy. It should do our souls good to help someone. Don't y'all know it should feel good to help people, beloved. All right. So that's why he said in your heart, right? You should be grieved. You give it to him. Because this is what he's saying. He gives you a reason for this one. Because that for this thing, Yahweh thy God shall bless thee in all thy works. and all that thou puttest thy hand to do. So some people, you look at them like, oh my gosh, it seems like they always getting blessed. It seems like they always getting, they're coming back testifying how God blessed them, and now they got a promotion or this or that, right? That's sometimes a blessing because those sometimes they're giving, they're helping. And the Most High, what? He's used them as that instrument to help out. So why not give them more of the blessing? You know what they're going to do with it. Why give it to the penny pitcher over here? They're not going to do with it. But this person's understanding that what? I know God has given me all this. So when I'm giving, I know that what I got is protected because the Most High is given to me. Okay. So these things is an understanding, beloved. Okay. I hope you understand. It's an understanding. When I'm giving these things, the Most High is doing it. This is how I have the opportunity to give. It's a blessing. I love that I'm able to give. Okay. And that's how we should look at it. We should be loving the fact that we're in that capacity to give. Okay. Let's go back to it. Right. What verse off at? I think we have six.
7.
This okay. Then all right. For if he cursed thee in a bit of yes, and his prayer shall be heard of him, then okay. So just showing an example of that. Yep. Let's keep going.
Give thyself the love of the congregation, and bow thy head to a great man. Let it not grieve thee to bow down thine ear to the poor, and give him a friendly answer with meekness.
And that's beautiful, beloved. Right? Get thyself the love of the congregation. Okay, and bow thy head to a great man. All right. Um, this don't have to be a fake thing. I want to get it right. And it's not talking about being fake and things of that nature. We should desire to be not just accepted, right? But to be admonished and knowing that you care about others. All right. So you should get that your actions should get the love of the congregation because you're a good person. All right. So get thyself the love of the congregation and bow thy head to a great man. There's other scriptures. I think it actually in this book. It talks about when you find like a godly man, like don't hesitate to go under him. I just don't know exactly where it's at right now. But this is something that we should be pushing for when we're doing things, right? The love of others, all right? Appreciation of others. And you'll get to love the congregation by what? Doing good to others, all right? Being loving, being kind, being merciful, okay? All these things that we're learning through the laws and commandments, these things will give you the love of the congregation, all right? And bow the head to a great man that's dealing with the godly. We're trying to look it up while we're doing it. Maybe 12. I think it's another one that I'm looking at, but this one will do all right. All right, so this is stay in Ecclesiastes, go to chapter 12. And let's jump down to, matter of fact, it's right in the beginning. Let's go to verse 2.
Do good to the godly man, and thou shalt find a recompense. And if not from him, yet from the Most High.
So you do good to a godly man, all right? And thou shalt find you shall find a reward. If not from him, right? It says what? From the Most High. Okay. So let me get it right. All right. So you'll see some people that will always say, oh my God, they always want to be around, like, man, God, they want to do this, this, and that. Some people will do it in the wrong spirit. All right. That's on them, beloved. All right. But there are some that want to do good. And it's not just saying, oh, I want to make sure I give to him and neglect everybody else. That's not what this point is. All right. But you show that respect, that admonition to a godly man. And a godly man don't just have to be the head of the church. I hope y'all get that. All right. But there's a reward doing good to God's people. Just in general, there's a reward for that. Okay. So we do show that reverence. We do show that respect because we understand that what? The Most High has designated them, all right, in that position. And if Most High designates somebody in a certain position, you reap the rewards of doing good to them. We should understand it even from our forefather Abraham, right? That was one of the blessings. Those that bless you will be blessed, and those that curse you will be cursed. It's that same thing. Okay? If he's a true godly man, you doing him right, it'll be a blessing to you. You doing him wrong, right? That's going to be a cursing to you. Okay, and that goes for all brothers and sisters. I want y'all to realize, don't just say, well, I'm doing good to the man of God, but other people I'm treating. No, 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 no. All of us, we should be looking at everybody that same way. Okay, you do good to God's people, it's reward. Whether not from them, from the Most High. All right.
I got a preset, bro. Like I couldn't put my hand up. Shalaki.
Oh, no, go ahead, go ahead.
Oh yeah. Romans 13:7.
Yes, sir. That one sounds familiar. Hmm?
It says, let me see. It says, render therefore to all their dues. Tribute to whom tribute is due, custom to whom custom, fear to whom fear, honor to whom honor.
That's a good one. We're not gonna do it for time's sake, but Most High set things in place. That's what he's saying. You do it because you understand it's actually a reflection to him. That's Paul trying to get understand. All right. Most High puts certain things in order. When you are submitting yourself to that order, it's like you're submitting yourself to him. So submitting to the Most High, beloved, isn't it going to be a blessing with that? Yeah. If you resist the things and people that the Most High put in place and you're going against it, it's like you're going against who? The Most High.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And this is even with people that sometimes believe in Israel, that was sometimes the Most High is using a certain vessel, you go against it, sometimes it'll what? It will it will backfire on you. Okay. So to understand, that's a definitely a good verse. All right. We render those things. Okay. Let me see the other one. No, I'm not gonna go that far into it. All right, let's go back to Ecclesiastes chapter 4. Michael go all the way sidetracked, so I'm not even gonna do that to y'all. Try to keep it to our hour. All right, let's do. Ecclesiastes chapter 4. All right. And God, I had a great man. Let it grieve thee to bow down thy ear to the poor and give him friendly answers with meekness. All right. So, beloved, sometimes you're going to have to be patient. All right. Um, one of the fruits of the spirit is long suffering. People don't think about that. Sometimes it's going to be a suffering way. All right. But we need to listen to one another. Sometimes you got to listen to certain struggles. I know somebody, I'm not in the mood. I don't feel like it, right? And if you are truly in that mood, you got some spirit, your spirit, bothering you within. Sometimes, if you feel like it's going to be more damage than good, sometimes it's best that this is probably not the best time for me, sis or brother, whatever, and we should respect it, knowing that they should be looking at our best interest. All right, but sometimes we got to suffer to have that listening ear to people. And I don't want to use the word suffering, but sometimes you might not want to hear somebody's issues or their trial, their tribulation, things of that nature, but it can be so rewarding and so healing for them, right? That's where that love comes at. Love is not always doing things where it's good timing or it's perfect for you or you get a benefit out of it. Love is a sacrifice. Okay. Sometimes it's you giving, and you know what I mean? A person needs something, you have to give it. Sometimes that require your energy and things of that nature. But at the end of the day, isn't it worth it? Right? Isn't it worth, if they needed to vent to you, just sometimes they just need to vent to you. Isn't it worth if you can give them a few minutes of your time and attention, then them what? You don't give them no time and attention, they do something foolish and make more of a mess. And sometimes that's going to impact you. So sometimes it's better if you deal with it then then have to deal with the repercussions of sometimes they going off the road that the Most High presented in front of them. Okay, so you need to bow down thy ear to the poor. Listen, and give him a friendly answer with meekness. All right, give them something according to what they're dealing with. All right, and do it in the spirit of meekness. Okay, and this is the power that we have to help a soul, to save a soul. Right, I believe that's Galatians 6 talking about that. Right, we have that power, that authority Most High has given to us to be able to get people out of those kind of conditions. All right, according that's through the spirit that we have from the Most High God. Right, so sometimes you gotta listen, beloved. Sometimes you gotta listen. Why did that thumbs up come up? All right, let's keep going, brother Kai. I don't know what I did. Let me put that down.
Deliver him that suffereth wrong from the hand of the oppressor, and be not faint-hearted when thou sittest in judgment. Be as a father unto the fatherless, and instead of a husband unto their mother. So shalt thou be as the son of the Most High, and he shall love thee more than thy mother doth.
So somebody that's suffering wrong, we should deliver them from the hand of their oppressor. This is not just, oh, our brothers and sisters, when they're against something, we should no, this is in general. All right. We are the peacemakers, not just the peacemakers for Israel only. We're not the merciful just for Israel only. Okay, we're not kind just to Israel only. I want us to make sure we're breaking that mold that man is trying to pollute this thing with. All right. So we want to make sure that we're upholding this as well. All right. Once again, it's talking about how we're supposed to be dealing with them, right? How you deal with those in need, those that are, the society might deem as less important things, and we should have that kind of thought process. All right. We are here to be the true judges of the world, and we have to be in righteousness when we judge, and not judge according to our natural eyes and what we see and what we view. All right, we're supposed to judge righteously. Verse 10, be as a father unto the fatherless. All right, like I told you, that's not an option. Okay, we supposed to be the fathers to the fatherless. Okay, and instead of a husband unto their mother, so shall thou be the son of the Most High. All right, now, all right, it's gonna go to both. Sometimes we have our sisters, that desire to come into this thing, right? So like they're more, easy to come into this thing. This is not to be a father to that sister because you want, something from her. You want to date her, something. So I'm gonna act like I'm gonna be the father so they can be attracted to me and get through that. Don't be doing it for stuff like that. Okay. The blessing, because now you're doing it for a certain kind of intent. Okay. But now I'm listening. If you desire the sister and you in a righteous way, I'm not saying nothing wrong with that. But however, it should be every sister. You only want to deal with the children of the sisters you find attractive, so you can be with that's wickedness. That's not following us. Okay. But us men, if we do with the counsel, things of that nature, we supposed to be what? Protecting them. All right. Protecting the mothers, not that they are wives or anything like that. Protecting the young ones, the younger women as our sisters, protecting the older ones like our mother. Okay. So we have that obligation to do that, okay, without anything in return, only the thing of knowing that we're doing what the Most High told us to do, okay? So the little children that we have, right, we look at them as just like our own. We should treat them just like our own, okay? We shouldn't be thinking about no strings attached, right? All right, and if we do that, okay, so shall thou be as the son of the Most High. This is how you get that label, the son of the Most High, doing those kind of things. And he shall love thee more than thy mother doth. Okay. So, beloved, we want to make sure we're showing these practices, doing these examples that the Most High has given us. Okay. And that's the blessing. There's no greater reward than the Most High being pleased that you're doing what he says. Okay. If you can't see, right, the young children as your child and treat them like that, you don't have the Spirit of God. It's going to make it plain. I'm going to dance around it. You don't have the Spirit of God. Okay? It should be well, this one will treat like this. No, no. We treat them all the same. Okay? And that's what even that goes in like that. Got my boys, love them, right? Other children that come, love them the same way. Because I realize we are one family, beloved. And this is we have to all have to see it this way to really make these laws and commandments come to life. All right. All right, Brother Kyle, let's keep going. We can do three now. Look like some of these are shorter.
Wisdom exalteth her children, and layeth hold on them that seek her. He that loveth her loveth life, and they that seek to her early shall be filled with joy.
Mhm.
He that holdeth her fast shall inherit glory, and wheresoever she entereth, the Lord will bless.
So you can deal with wisdom. You can look at Proverbs. Remember, they talk about the her, you desire her, and all this stuff. Because men, we supposed to desire wisdom, right? We supposed to desire her. We're supposed to, let her come into us, and we supposed to embrace her, right? And this is the kind of we do this kind of poetic talk now, right? When something's precious to us, sometimes we'll call it her. All right. Some people that love their car, oh, this is my baby. All right. Things of that nature. And wisdom, we supposed to look at it like that. So desire this thing above all. Okay. So men, we should desire that way. And since y'all supposed to be looking for men that desire wisdom in that way. All right. Because if man don't desire wisdom that way, they're not going to be a good husband. They're not going to be a good father. Okay. And it's going to give them examples of what wisdom does. All right. So wisdom exalteth her children and layeth hold of them that seek her. All right. So there is going to be a seeking thing. You ain't just going to be eating, sitting on the couch, eating nothing, doing anything. Wisdom just going to be coming to you. No, 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 no. You're seeking her. How are you seeking her? You're reading, you're praying, you're fasting. All these things can help. Right. He that loveth her loveth life, and they that seek to her early shall be filled with joy. All right. So early, immediately. All right. Day you hear my voice, hard not try. These kind of things is immediate action. If you desire it, you're gonna find it. Right? Seek and ye shall find. Knock and the door shall be open. You have to have that faith. If you want the wisdom, you're gonna get it. That's how you gotta, I'm gonna get it. Because what? The word don't come back void. Right? Verse 13, he that holdeth her fast shall inherit glory, and wheresoever she entereth, the Lord will bless. Why is he saying hold her fast? Because some people got that motivation. I talk about that motivation versus discipline. Some people motivated for a season to get this wisdom, to get close to God, right? Well, I need something real quick, so I'm gonna get close to God, right? I'm gonna put my spiritual music on now, right? I'm gonna do some praying, I'm gonna show up to the class and everything because I need God to do something for me, right? And I'm not going to say, right? Sometimes you'll do that, right? But I want y'all to understand that's not how it's supposed. Don't think you can just pick it up and put it down. Okay? So we have to hold on to it because, beloved, this world, right? This world is designed to what? Loosen that grip. All right? It don't want you to hold on to this thing. It does everything in its power to loosen you up so you don't obtain to wisdom. But you have to desire it and you have to hold it tight and not let it go. All right. And whosoever she enter in, right? Because this thing can get in you. Think about it. So I said the spiritual thing, don't think that this wisdom get in you, right? The Lord will bless. Okay, so if we obtain wisdom, put it inside of our spirit, our mind, we going to be blessed. It's a blessing to understand how to do things. That's what I'm saying. Even what we're reading, if you can apply these things to your everyday life, you're going to see you get blessings. People are like, oh my God, why I seem like this and this? Does that seem like everything going your way? Why it seem like you get favor and everything? It's because the word is in you. You're applying that knowledge. Some of them people that be having them books and everything, writing these books and the laws of business and power, things like, a lot of stuff is from, I think they get from the scriptures as well. This is good knowledge, beloved. It's free wisdom. It's free too. That's the thing. Y'all will pay all this money for this. This is free. Okay. So let's hear some more stuff about it. All right. Let's hear some more.
They that serve her shall minister to the Holy One, and them that love her the Lord doth love.
Mhm.
Whoso giveth ear unto her shall judge the nations. And he that attendeth unto her shall dwell securely. If a man commit himself unto her, he shall inherit her, and his generation shall hold her in possession.
All right. Straightforward. All right. The ministers have to have wisdom. Okay. That serve her shall minister to the Holy One. All right. So we're going to have wisdom. All right. If you love her, the Lord's going to love you. Right. All these kind of things. We're going to be judges over the nations. All these things happening with what? We have to obtain wisdom first. We have to have that spirit of wisdom within us. Okay. Inheritor total. Okay. Yeah. Same. All right. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Unless you
For
have.
at the first she will walk with him by crooked ways, and bring fear and dread upon him, and torment him with her discipline, until she may trust his soul and try him by her laws.
Mm. That's a good one. I'm gonna stop there real quick, right? At the first, you will walk with him by crooked ways. All right. So there's gonna be some times people struggle. And that's why I have to learn as well, right? Sometimes we'll look at sometimes prejudge. Oh, you didn't really want it. Look, you still doing right. And yes, if they stay in that, yes, they are, going off. But some people need power. Some people are struggling, but they're still, they need that power and that strength to kind of break through that. All right. Those things that's holding them captive to sin. All right. So at first she will walk with him by crooked ways. All right. Sometimes they might be, or sometimes you'll have those people that still dibble and dabble, maybe in their church, maybe they, still doing their Sunday, still doing, they didn't fully get delivered off the eating clean, right? But they're trying to do good, right? So sometimes wisdom will try to be there, not that they stay there. That's the point. Not that you stay in that state, right? She will walk with them by crooked ways and bring fear and dread upon them. Sometimes trying to shake you up when those things happen. Why I see I'm getting persecuted in this church, right? Sometimes those things happen because wisdom is trying to shake you up, right? And torment him with her discipline. All right. So some of these things ain't going to be working great because wisdom is trying to what? Push you a certain direction. Listen, until. So wisdom going to be doing all this stuff while you're in that quick way until she may trust his soul. Find yourself worthy. And then what she's going to do? Try them by her laws. Okay? These some of the laws we dealing with. This is wisdom. This word of God is wisdom. She's going to start trying you by it. Okay? Seeing if what? You really desire this wisdom. See, people talk about, I want this. I want God to be, I want to be pleasing God's side. I want to be a servant of God. Okay. All right. Okay. Come to class, learn some stuff. Now wisdom will start throwing these things out there. You want to get, this is what it takes to get closer. And some people realize, I'm not willing to do that. I realize I like them. I don't love them. Okay. So, beloved, even if you're failing, this is it. Wisdom gonna throw it out there. There are some people that's you can trip up with some of these things, but keep going. That's the thing. Keep going. The race is not if you never made a mistake, if you never tripped up. The thing is, if you're going to continue going the right way. People that fail are the people that give up. But if you are desiring and get closer every day, you are fine. Okay. All right, brother Kai, verse 18.
Then will she return the straight way unto him, and
Mhm,
comfort him, and shew him her secrets.
mhm,
But if you go wrong, she will forsake him and give him over to his own ruin.
mm.
Observe the opportunity and beware of evil, and be not ashamed when it is turned after thy soul.
Y'all see that? I told you, don't think wisdom gonna be staying with you with all that foolishness. Then she will return the straight way unto him. All right. She gonna give you those laws, and what's it gonna do? Start straightening up your path. You're gonna get out of that crooked way, that way that's not right. She gonna straighten up. Then she will return the straight way unto him. These laws are gonna reveal that way that you ought to be, and comfort him. All right. Even the days you get to it, now you're getting comforted. If you stay consistent, it's beloved, you'll get the comfort of it. Right, and show him her secrets. This is how you're going to understand. This is why the Bible is saying, not the hearers of the law, but the doers be justified. Not those that's just hearing, oh, this is the Sabbath day, blah, blah. It's the ones that's doing it. Then he said he'll give you understanding when you do his commandments. Not when you hear about it. Not when you have a little conversation about it. When you are doing it, you start to understand what wisdom was trying to get you to. Oh, this is why you was giving us that rest. This is what you'll start to understand the power behind it, the meanings behind it, right? I know sometimes it might feel like you're alone, feel like you're getting persecuted, you might feel these things. But when you start to actually do these things, love, you start looking at, wow, he really loved me. Wow, they really in a bad spot. Wow, they really need, right? You start to really understand this thing. But that's only happening through time and experience of these things. Okay. If you go wrong, you forsake him, right? If you go wrong, all right, you get off that path that she done laid out for you. You'll forsake him and give him over to his own ruin. You want to do what you want to do? You want to forsake God? You want to be in sin? Okay, go ahead. She like, I ain't going with you. I was trying to show you when you was struggling, I was there for there so I can get you to this right path. Now I gave you this right path, showed you what to do, and you're doing it everything, and then you want to go off from that? Okay? You're forsaking your own mercy. You're forsaking the Lord now. Okay? Observe the opportunities, beware of evil, and not be ashamed when it concerns that. Okay, never understand. All right, let's keep going. Verse 21.
There is a shame that bringeth sin, and there is a shame which is glory and grace.
Mm-hmm.
Accept no person against thy soul, and that not the reverence of any man cause thee to fall, and refrain not to speak when there is occasion to do good, and hide not thy wisdom in her beauty.
So shame can do two things. All right, beloved. Sometimes shame can bring sin, and sometimes it can bring glory and grace. All right. So don't accept a person against thy soul. All right. Sometimes we'll accept things that's going to be hurtful. Okay. Most I'll tell you to do those kind of things. All right. Let not the reverence of any man cause thee to fall. And we see it all the time, right? Bishop so and so, pastor so and so, apostle so and so, right? Sometimes you'll reverence the title of a man and it'll cause you to fall. What? Because you ain't listening to the message. You said it got to be a God. He's an apostle. Spirit talked to him directly. I'll be on hold and on wait, but he got the direct line. So whatever he's saying, you just taking it all in. I know I'm reading it. It don't say what he just said, but he's the apostle. He's the bishop, right? No, don't let that reverence have you fallen. Because you hear it all the time. Well, I know, and the struggle be, I know it's wrong. God, something telling me that it's wrong. I'm seeing something that the teacher, I know it's wrong. However, he's been a good guy. We were struggling and he helped me. That's all good and dandy. Right? Now, I ain't saying, can't get a benefit of something, but that don't mean what? You should put your soul on the line because of that. That now he owes you. No. Okay? Do not let these times, certain things have you caught up and messed up. And in the fire of the most high. All right, we do not want that wrath to be upon you. So don't do that, beloved. All right, don't let that reverence cause you to fall. And I'm saying, even with me, beloved, I might go, you know what? I go off and say something crazy. Don't just go with it. Well, brother Mike, brother Mike has been telling the truth for 20 years. That 21st year, I start lying and stuff. That's it. I appreciate the 20 years, brother Mike, right? But I got right. This is what you got to do. Okay. And refrain not to speak when the occasion is too good to do good, and hide not that wisdom and our beauty. Because sometimes you're like, man, I ain't gonna say nothing. Sometimes we have a conversation and the spirit's gonna tell you, because there's certain times the spirit be like, no, don't involve it, right? Sometimes some people have a foolish conversation, you're gonna sometimes it's gonna ain't gonna be available. But sometimes you be like, I don't want to say nothing, blah, blah, blah. It might cause problems. I don't want to look at me, I don't want to judge me on this. But that ain't the time to stay in shame. That's the time to what? You bring the glory of God in there. You do it in a meek way. Okay. So you'll give that occasion for that. All right. And that wisdom and everything, hopefully, can compel them, right, to learn more about God or get them out of whatever that thinking was. Okay. So there's times that we do have to, might seem uncomfortable, but there are times where the Most High is using that kind of opportunity for him to get glory. Okay. All right. Let's keep going with the Kai.
For by speech wisdom shall be known, and learning by the word of the tongue.
Mm-hmm.
And no wise speak against the truth, but they have bashed of the error of thine ignorance. Be not ashamed to confess thy sins, and force not the course of the river.
All right. So, beloved, don't be ashamed. First of all, we never should speak against the truth. All right. Always submit to the truth. Okay. Even if you know sometimes something round up in you that you want to go against the truth, it's just the flesh, and you tell that flesh calm down and shut up and just submit to it. Okay. But some people will argue with it just because their flesh is offended. That ain't what we're supposed to do. All right. Be not ashamed to confess thy sins. All right. Did something wrong? Yo, I did something wrong. Right. It's because it says what? Enforce not the course of the river. Don't go against the grain and try to force the whole thing. This is how this truth is, beloved. This Bible, this truth, it's like a stream, right? It's like a stream of water. It's hard to just change the course of the river. But this is what people will do. Okay? Don't do that. Right? This Bible is to let us know that we sin. Don't try to go and maneuver all the scripture and make a mess, right? To go around it because you want to save face for somebody. No. We confess our sins, we confess our faults. Okay? Go right to the course of the Bible. Because we know that what? Our God is greater than our sins and our faults. And that his grace and redemption is greater. Right? And that's why it would be an opportunity to give him glory. All right? But being ashamed, acting like you never sinned, they ain't bringing glory to him. Okay? All right, let's keep going.
Make not thyself an underlining and a foolish man, neither accept the person of the mighty. Strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord shall fight for thee. Be not hasty in thy tongue, and in thy deeds slack and remiss.
Finish it up.
Be not as a lion in thy house, nor frantic among thy servants. Let not thy hand be stretched out to receive, and shut what thou shouldest repay.
All right. Make thyself an underlining to a foolish man, underling to a foolish man, neither accept the person of the mighty. All right. So, beloved, this is just in general. All right. You don't want to be under somebody that's foolish. All right. That's why I'm saying, like, we're the godly been like, they're not foolish. All right. Don't be under a fool. Okay. Whether, work-wise, don't be under a foolish, definitely in what? When it comes to the word of God. How is that going to benefit you? All right. Blind lead the blind. They what? Both fall in the ditch. Foolish man going to what? Teach you foolishness. You're going to be under that? And you think you'll get wise from that? Absolutely not. All right. Strive. I love this one. I used to say this one all the time. Strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord shall fight for thee. All right. We should constantly, to the day of our last breath, be striving for the truth. All right. And guess what? The Lord's going to constantly fight for us when we're doing that. But if you're not striving for the truth, don't expect the Lord to fight for you. Don't try to fight your battles. Okay. But if you stand for God with whatever you're doing, whether it's at work, whether your relationship, whatever, then what? Most High can fight. He can start doing what he need to do. Okay. Be not hasty in thy tongue, and in thy deeds slack and remiss. All right. So make sure we be mindful. Remember, the tongue is an unruly member. All right. Be mindful of it. Don't be hasty to utter anything. Okay. And if you do make a mistake with your tongue, you was hasty. Be hasty and quick, right? To what? To repent, to apologize. Okay. People like, oh, well, I did this, blah, blah, blah. You made a mess out loud and you want to whisper your apology. Okay. No. Be not as a lion in the house, all right, nor frantic among thy servants. Let not thy hand be stretched out to receive, and shut when thou shouldest repay. All right. All right. So you always want something, but then when it's time to repay, or as people say, pay it forward, then you never want to do that. All right. We don't want to be those people. All right. We don't want to be known as, oh man, brother Kai calling what he want now. Right. You'll get those people that's like, it's a burden now. Right. We see it, I don't know if I'm answers because they're gonna want something. Okay. Shouldn't be that way. All right. So, and then make sure, you're that way. You want to be in an opportunity to give as well. All right. There's that season that sometimes you need. All right. There's nothing to be ashamed of when you're in the season of need. Okay. But when that season ends and you have, you get on your 2 feet and you started, flourishing a little bit, don't now try to be all, never want to give and help others. Okay. All right. Anybody have anything for that chapter? Love that chapter. Chapter 4. Chapter 4. All right. If that'll be all, Okay. We will end it there for Ecclesiasticus, also known as Sirach, chapter 4. All right. Those watching on YouTube, I say Yana Haba Thumb, which means I love you all, and Shalom. Shalom means peace.